Hello everyone, welcome to Credit 6 Day 1. You're going to go ahead and watch those introductory videos and answer that. Then you're going to watch this video on piecewise defined step functions. And then we jump into the packet. So, getting ready for a pool party. So, you have this story here about Sylvia and her friends that are going to empty out a pool, clean it, and refill it. And there's some different options here that she and her friends can do over this interval of time. So what you're going to do on the next page is graph these, and you're graphing basically the water height versus time. So just these, I'll just tell you what each one of these kind of looks like. So removing water with a single bucket, so you have a height of the water and then it drops down, right? That's just going to be a jump. So you might want to, say that at this point it's that, and then it drops in, and from then on it's at a lower level. Fill the pool with a hose. So filling a pool with a hose would be something like it's going up, right? And if it's drained, same thing, going down, right? At the same rate. Clean the empty pool. So there, it should be empty, right? It's down at 0. So this would be something like it's empty for some amount of time. It would just be a flat line on 0. And Sylvia and her two friends removed water with 3 buckets, so it would probably look something like this, but 3 times as big, right? So 1, 2, 3. So down that much. This is the starting point, and then it jumps to a new point. And taking a break would be, so the water level isn't changing for a certain amount of time. So something like it's just going straight. So if they emptied it out and then took a break, that was what it would look like. So you're going to put together, and they're not going to be in this order. This is just imaginary, but you can figure out, or it's actually not going to be in this order because it was an empty pool, and then it says they removed water. So obviously this can't be in the right order. So you're going to rearrange the order to what you think would make the most sense, and then you're going to graph it on this page right here. Make your own graph and create a story connecting Sylvia's process for emptying, cleaning, and filling the pool to your graph that you just created. Okay, does your graph represent a function? So function is just anything that when you give it an input, it has one output. So at any given time, can you give me the water level is basically the question, right? So at any given time, is the water level going to be fixed? Like, can you give me the actual water level at any given time? Would all graphs created for this situation represent a function? Okay, I'll let you think about that one. Here's some different graphs. So now you're going to match the graph with the story over here. So try to make sense out of what's happening in each of these. So this is like jumping up at different times. This one's kind of going down on a continuous path. Okay, and another story about the account balance at the bank. So this has different changing account balances over time. And then you're going to graph your own story here. Okay. The absolute value function can be defined as a piecewise function. So if x is less than 0, we have the line negative x. So f of x equals negative x. And then the line f of x equals x when x is greater than 0. So you have, when all the x values are negative, you have a certain line, and then when all the x values are positive, it's a different line, right? It's this line or that line. So go ahead and fill in the table and see what values you get. Putting in different x values, what's your output for f of x? Okay, and then a similar thing with a new piecewise function. Now we're saying the absolute value of x minus 4, the whole thing, is negative or positive. Okay, and you'll graph those, and that's it for today.